Hey, what's going on guys? It's Tan here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can start your very own drop servicing business. My team and I literally spent weeks making this video a reality, so I really hope you enjoy this video, get a ton of value from it. Before we get into the content, every video we give away over $500 in prizes and gifts to one of the commenters. So go drop a comment right now and let's hop into the video and start building your drop servicing store. Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm Tan, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create, design, and advertise your very own drop servicing business. This video is meant to be an A to Z tutorial showing beginners how they can start and launch a profitable drop servicing business. I'm going to be covering every aspect needed to create your very own. By the end of this video, you should have your very own drop servicing business ready to launch and make a profit. While there's a lot of videos online talking about drop servicing, none are complete A to Z tutorials to follow until now. What I'm going to be covering today is how to choose your profitable niche and offer, how to design your high converting website for customers to purchase from, how to get customers predictably and repeatably, and ultimately how to automate this business model so you can go out and live your best life. If you're new to drop servicing and not sure what this business model really is, let me just explain it really quickly for you viewers at home. Drop servicing is where you sell services from your own website and use websites like Fiverr to hire people to do the work for you, and you get to keep the profit in between. Fiverr is a marketplace where freelancers can go list services for sale, and since this is a large marketplace, the prices can be really competitive, which means that a lot of them are underpricing their work. And that's where you can come in and build a trustworthy brand and use their services on Fiverr for the customers that buy from your website. And I know what you're thinking right now. Why wouldn't they buy directly from Fiverr? Great point. And that's where branding and marketing come to effect. If you follow this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can position your service to stand out so customers won't think twice to buy the cheapest option, as you've already gained the customer's trust. The reason drop servicing can be a great business model is because it requires very little upfront capital to get started. You can literally start with as little as $0 because you can get a free 14-day trial for the software that we're going to be building our website with today, which means that there's almost no risk involved. And the profit margins can be very high, as services we pay $50 for, we can go out and resell for as high as $150, which means you can make quite a bit of profit with a small amount of orders. Another reason I think this is a great business model to get into right now is because this business style is essentially a blue ocean, which means not that many people are doing it. With everyone focusing on business models like dropshipping, SMMA, and Amazon FBA, you can come in here and take a large market share as the competition isn't very high. So without further ado, let's hop into this tutorial and start building your drop servicing empire. The first thing we need to do to build our drop servicing business is to find our profitable offer and niche. This is the part where most people get stuck at, and arguably the most important step to having success in this industry. When picking out a niche and service to go after, you need to find a market with high demand. So let's hop into the computer and I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. Alright, what's up guys? So the first thing we're going to be doing to find a niche is we're going to head over to Google Trends. What's awesome about Google Trends is it's going to give us data for us to find something that's actually in high demand. So this is going to allow us to not make decisions based off guessing or emotions, but driven by data. And that's how we always want to keep things, because that's going to give you the highest chance of being successful. So for example, we can come in here and we can look up something like logo creation. And what we're looking out for here is a graph that's uptrending. As we can see, this one has quite a bit of fluctuation to it, which is a little bit worrisome for me, because when there's a lot of fluctuation, that can mean that your demand's changing from time to time, and obviously that's normal with businesses, but we want something as consistent as possible. Otherwise, you might have inconsistencies in your business. So I don't really like this logo creation, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in drop shipping here, and I'm going to see if this is a better niche we can target. And as you see, this is a much more steady graph. It's really only growing up in the long term, and we can come to the last 5 years and we can see this market is only growing. So this is an awesome graph to go after, because if you see something with this high demand, as you can see, it's 99 right now, we know that this is an awesome niche that we can get into because the demand is only rising, and that's definitely what we want to go after. So I'm definitely going to be choosing drop shipping as my niche today. And I'm also choosing this niche because I've been drop shipping for the last 3 years, so I know a ton about this. So it's definitely going to give me a lot of insight when I'm creating my drop servicing business today. So I definitely recommend you choose something you have a little bit of knowledge about, because that will definitely help you in setting up your store and creating everything. But if you don't know anything about any of these markets, don't worry, because I'm still going to be able to show you guys how you can set this up yourself. So now that we found our niche, I'm going to take this drop shipping search term we found on Google Trend, and I'm going to head over onto Fiverr. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to type drop shipping in this search bar. I'm going to see what the most bought services are. So I'm going to go to best selling, and we're going to see what's selling the best right now. And as we can see, what's selling really well right now is these drop servicing video ads. So these are really 2 awesome offers we can get into. So I'm going to open up a couple of these, and we're going to figure out what we actually want to do. Both of these caught my attention, but I definitely want to go after something that's a pretty cheap price point, as the more expensive it is, the harder it's going to actually be to get customers. So I'm going to open up these links, and I'm going to see what will be a great fit. So Maria Shopify, she's claiming that she'll build us a professional website for $25. And this is what I'm telling you guys. You can find these services, which are very underpriced, and she has 414 reviews, which honestly is pretty crazy. So definitely look through these reviews and make sure to figure out if they're good services, because as you can see here, there's a complaint, and there's also a lot of good reviews. So definitely do your due diligence at this point and see which service is actually going to be the best. For an example, I'm building the store today. I decided to go with these drop shipping video ads because I think this is a market that's in high demand. And what's really nice about choosing something like the video ads is that you can actually get recurring customers. The thing is, if you provide a customer with a good experience on your website and their ad actually performs for them, guess what? They're going to come back from you and they're actually going to purchase more. And this is awesome because you're actually going to be able to build a business because you'll have a constant stream of recurring customers. And I really like the price point on this product, as it's literally only $20 to get started. And they have a few different options, which is awesome. We can add them as upsells on our back end. So you guys can always think about that. I'll show you how to do this when creating the website. But I'm definitely going to choose this basic one as our offer, as it's only $20, and I think we can mark this up to about $60. So now that we have our product niche and offer in place, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually build your website and how to market this so you can get customers in repeatably and constantly, helping you grow your business. Okay guys, so right now you should have your offer and niche picked out, and if you've done that, then give yourself a pat on the back because you just went through the absolute hardest part of this process. So now let's get started on building your website so we can start getting customers in the door. All right guys, so once you head over to clickfunnels.com, you should be directed to a page that looks like this, and all you need to do is get started is click this blue button, and they're gonna have you sign out a form to get started. And sadly, you actually have to put your credit card in to start your 14-day trial, but as long as you cancel before that 14 days, you won't be billed. So I'm gonna go sign up real quick, and I'll see you guys on the other side. So you should now be on a page like this, and what I'm gonna do to get started, I'm gonna click funnels, and I'm just gonna click this orange button that says add new, and it's gonna direct us to this page, and we're gonna click classic funnel builder. And now it's gonna give us a few different options, and for this, I'm gonna be choosing sell your product, and then it's gonna direct you to one last page where we can just choose product launch. And now we can just name our funnel really quickly, and I'm gonna name this video ad. And what it's going to take us to now is a bunch of templates that we can populate into our landing page. And this is one reason I like ClickFunnels a lot, because they do have quite a few templates that we're able to use. And to find those templates, all we need to do is click this sales button, and we can go to the drop down, and I'm going to choose sales page because that's what we're going to be using today. And now you can just go through a few of these and try to choose something that is visually aesthetic in your eyes. For this one, I'm gonna be choosing this mother application funnel because it looks really good and it has quite a bit of information that we can already use. And I like the color scheme that they're using right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click select template, and what's gonna happen now is it's gonna populate this into our ClickFunnels account. And now we can click this edit page button, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna direct us to their page editor where we can just fill our own information in here, and it requires a logo to put in right here. So guys, I know most of us are not graphic designers, so I'm gonna show you guys the absolute easiest way to make these logos so you can really get it done in a few minutes. So let's hop into it, and I'm gonna show you guys how right now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna head over to Canva, which is one of my favorite websites to create logos because it's super easy and it takes almost no design skill, and it's actually free. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go under this create a design drop down, and there's gonna be this asset right here that says logo, and I can click on it. And what's awesome is they just have a ton of different logo designs we can choose. And I'm gonna choose something really quickly today because I don't really wanna waste time on building the logo, as this is just gonna be an example. So I'm gonna put in here just viral video ads. And that's gonna be like our brand name for the video. And what I wanna do here also is I'm not gonna be using this color scheme. I'm actually gonna use the color scheme on ClickFunnels. So what we can do is we can see what color it is by going into this cog. And then there's gonna have a color code right here that we can just copy, and we can go back to Canva, and all we need to do is paste this in, and then we should have some bit of a congruent branding. And it looks like this one's actually not gonna work because there's some blue already in there. So I'm gonna choose another one really quickly. Okay, so as you can see, I just created this one. So now what we can do is we can just save this as a transparent background, download it really quickly. And then one step we're gonna make sure we actually do is to crop the background out. And now we can just head back over to ClickFunnels and we can enter our logo in. So let's see how this looks. I'm gonna be uploading it and I hope this one looks good. So all you need to do now after it's uploaded is double tap this, and it looks really huge right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this font size around, and I'm gonna make the image width 100 pixels. And as you can see, it's starting to look really nice right now. And there's this header right here, so we can just enter some information in. I would recommend using this to provide some scarcity. So I could just say, warning, sale is ending soon. Obviously, I would make something a little bit better than that, but this is just an example for you guys to understand what I'm gonna be doing. So what we wanna do here is we wanna enter something in that's gonna catch the customer's attention. So I'm gonna say ready. So I'm gonna type ready to create viral ads. Let's get started. And what this is doing is we're asking them a question, and then we're basically the solution here. And once that's done, what we want to do is enter some images in right here. You could make a sales video right here, but obviously we don't have that. So if you want to do that, definitely do that because it can boost your conversion rate. But for today's video, I'm just going to be entering an image. And since I'm not going to actually be advertising this, I'm actually going to just take a photo off the Fiverr listing. You definitely need to create your own images when doing this. So this is just an example. So don't follow me because I'm actually not going to be launching this website. And after we've done that, all we can do is click this demo section part, head over to this little image icon, and we can click it, and then we can just enter the image we just downloaded, and it's going to take a second to upload. We can double click it, and as you can see, we have a really nice image here, and I like this image because, you know, it's showing dropshipping video ads that convert, and it's really to the point. And now your website should be looking pretty good. And what you should do here is we should edit up the copy a little bit. So I'm gonna do this real quickly, and I'm gonna see how this looks. So what I wrote here is boost your dropshipping sales today, dropshipping ads that actually convert. And then I'm just gonna delete this right here, and we can change the copy on our button here. So yes, I want a viral video ad. And that's really cool, and I think this is looking good. And now we can just delete some text on stuff we're not going to use, because obviously we're not using everything in the template. And what I want to do now is I want to hit this blue add new section button, and I want to click this full width button. And what it's going to direct us to is this row section, and we can just come over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click 3 columns. And what I'm going to use here is to talk a little bit about what they're going to get in the video ads. And I definitely don't want this building in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the background color section, and we can change it up here. I'm just going to use white as an example right now. And we can click this add new element section, and we can just put a headline, and we can duplicate this so it goes in all of our sections. We can drag it over here, and let's do the last one. And what we can also do right here is put some images basically explaining what the features they're going to get. So what we can do now is we can head back over to Fiverr, and we can see what's actually included in this video ad. So we can start putting some different copy in here. So you can look through here and try to find some different information in the gig. So I'm just going to reuse some of the stuff right here and edit it up a little bit. So I could put optimized for Facebook and IG ads for amazing ROAS. And maybe you could put, you know, a video in here as an example of the ad. So if you have already had customers who have bought from you, you could use those as examples, but obviously we don't have any yet. So what I can just do here is put some filler image in here. As like I said, I'm not launching this. I definitely don't recommend for you to steal the content off their page. You actually have to make some original stuff. So whether you hire a graphic designer on Fiverr or use Canva, that's going to be up to you. But this is just to show you exactly how this works and where it would go. So now that we have this image, we can just upload it here, and we could use this same format for the 3 different sections we created. And this will give the customer a lot of information when they're going through your website. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna knock this out and I'll be right back with you guys. All right guys, awesome. So now I just created 3 sections. This one I put optimized for Facebook and Instagram ads. And ideally I'd want to put some imagery that matches this up. So if you created some content in this kind of format that showed, you know, a few different examples of what you've done, and I said lightning fast, 24 hours delivery, I would also try to, you know, follow this brand congruency on the imagery you create, and then unlimited revisions. So what this section did, it gave them a lot of trust in our company. As you know, we're definitely optimized for what they're looking to run for, which is Facebook ads and Instagram ads. We have fast delivery and unlimited revisions. So this will give the customers a lot of trust when they're shopping with you. And what we can do now is delete some more of these sections we're not gonna use. And what I'm gonna do in this section is I'm gonna say, take a look at our video ads. And what you can do in this section here is I would go reach out to that Fiverr listing that you're using to create this. And what you can do is contact them and basically ask them if you guys can team up and if they can send you like a compilation of some of the video ads they've created. And then what you can do is you can just upload a video right here, and then you'll have a compilation of the video ads, and we can change some of the buttons back to, yes, I want a viral video ad. So let's enter that in here. And now we should have this awesome section, which is like a portfolio showing the ads you've done. And I'm not gonna put a countdown timer in here, so we can just remove that. And then we could use this as a review section. So don't take our word for it. See what other drop shippers have to say. And what we can do here is we can put some reviews. Ideally, if you teamed up with the Fiverr person you're using, they'll be able to provide you some reviews. You can make up fake reviews. That's kind of up to you, but I definitely recommend, you know, being as transparent as possible with your customers, as you definitely want to maintain your reputation. So after we've done this section, we can delete some of this stuff that we don't want. And boom, there. And then we can just put our logo down again in this section and change this up. And we can link to some of our social medias, the terms and condition and privacy policy pages. And I would also probably recommend putting one more section in here. And maybe what we could do is we could duplicate this section here, and we could just drop it down below right here. And we can create some more margin in between here. And what I would use for this section is I would try to put some more information about your brand. So you could say about our team, and you could just talk about what your team does and what you guys do. And this is a really good section to build trust. So I will just drop a paragraph section. And for my example today, I'm just gonna write something really quick, so just give me a second. Okay, so what I wrote in this section is about our team, and our team is made up of 7-figure dropshippers who've tested out over $1 million in profitable ad spend, which means that we know all the components to make a profitable video ad. Your ad will be designed by our scripting team from scratch, and we'll do our absolute best to make sure you have an ad that your customers love. If you don't meet our expectations, we'll provide unlimited revisions until we get it right. Thanks for your business. So this is an awesome section because when they read this, they'll be like, okay, these guys really know what they're doing. And yeah, obviously, maybe you haven't spent $1 million in profitable ad spend, but definitely do something that makes you different and makes you worth trusting. Sweet guys, so right now your website should be looking really nice on desktop, but we got to make sure we do not overlook the mobile side of things because most of our visitors are going to come on mobile, and we definitely want those to convert too. So let's hop into it, and I'm going to show you guys how you can make your website mobile responsive. So now that we have this done, our website should be looking really good. And what we want to do is click this mobile drop down, and we can just edit everything up on the mobile side. So we can change the font up right here, and let's see how 40 pixels look. So that actually looks pretty good. And we want to edit all of the text here because it doesn't actually edit on its own when you're doing desktop. So you're going to want to make things look properly. So I'm just going to edit this up a little bit, and I'm going to come back with you guys in a second. Okay guys, so now that we edited up the mobile section, your website should be looking really nice right now. Make sure you definitely focus on the mobile section pretty in depth because a lot of your customers will be coming from mobile. And our website's actually looking pretty good, and I would say this is actually pretty much ready to advertise. But obviously we would want to change these images up to match what we're saying up here, but I don't have time to create those images today. But I definitely recommend you use something like this layout. And after we've done mobile, we can see that we have pretty much all the elements we need to make this a successful website. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop onto the advertising section. And I know maybe some of you guys would have wanted me to put some images in myself, but I don't have that graphic design skill. So one thing you could do is you could actually go back onto Fiverr and you could just type in graphic design, and you could show them the image style that you're actually trying to create. And you can find people for $10, $5. So that should help you get this done really cheap if you don't want to create them yourself for free in Canva. But all right guys, now that our website's created, I'm going to show you guys how you can set everything up and you can actually advertise this so you can actually start making profit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop over and show you guys how we can optimize our checkout page for purchases. So let's just exit out of this, and all we need to do is go over here to this launch page, and what we're going to do is we're going to dive back into those templates, and I'm going to be going for this time the order form section. And now we can just look through some more order forms that match our branding. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a one-step order form because that will be really nice for the customer. So I'm going to preview this mother funnel one. And I really like how it has this bullet points right here, and you can put some reviews, and there's some trust badges. So all we need to do is change the colors up and put our copy in. So I'm gonna select this template, and we're just gonna let it load up. And once it's loaded, we're gonna start editing this up. So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna knock this out and I'll come back with you guys in a second. Okay, awesome. So we just edited it up and I changed out everything to match our brand. Obviously, I didn't put the reviews in, but if you use this checkout template, you can see how easy it is to create something that looks really awesome. And you can put everything that comes in the actual offer you're giving them. One thing I decide to put in here, and is a good advice for any of you guys selling stuff, is to always put something unique to you. So for example, if I was actually selling this, maybe I could have added on a Facebook advertising ebook just to show them maybe how they can get more out of their ads. And that will really differentiate you from other video ad creators. And it also gives them a huge value. So they'll definitely pick you if they're choosing against other competitors. So that's the checkout page. And now I'm going to move on to one last thing, which I'm going to talk about upsells really quickly here, because I'm not going to design a whole page for that. But what we can do here is come to this launch page 2. And then what we can do is go back to the templates that they offer, and they have these one-click upsells, which basically what a one-click upsell is, after they purchase, they could be directed to this one-click upsell. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to show them another offer. And if they press this button, it will just add it to their order instantly, and they don't need to put their credit card in again. And this is an awesome way to maximize your sales. So what I'm going to do, I'll just preview and select this template. And once it's populated, we would obviously have to figure out what we're going to offer. So for example, with the video ad, maybe a good idea would be to add a second video ad here. So you could just edit this all up how you want it to look, and then you'll have a upsell. So the last thing we need to do to actually make our funnel complete is go to this launch page 3 section, and we're going to go back to that template section, and we're going to be looking for a order confirmation page under sales. And you could just select this template or whichever template you like, and you could start editing up all the contents in it by putting your logo in and everything. And obviously, since you already did the other pages, you should understand how to do this pretty quickly. So I'm not going to actually edit it up. So now that we have the website ready to go, you should honestly have something that should convert pretty highly right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into the advertising section, and I'm going to show you how you can actually advertise your website now that it's ready. Today, I'm going to be covering 2 different methods. The first one we're going to be going over is how you can advertise this service with Facebook ads. And after that, I'm going to do a brief section on leveraging Instagram influencers. So without further ado, let's get into this. Awesome. So you guys should be on the Facebook ad manager right now. If you don't have an ad manager yet, all you need to do is go on facebook.com/ads and then go through their process of creating yours. And after you do that, you should be on a page like this. So the first thing you want to do is click this green create button, and what it's going to do, it's going to take you to pick an objective for your marketing campaign. And here we can choose between quite a few different things, and I highly recommend that you choose this conversion objective, because this is the objective that's going to get the results that we want. Conversions mean sales, and we want sales. So we're going to click this button, and it's going to direct us over to choose a campaign name. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to name it Drop Service, and then we can go through this here, and then I'm going to click this campaign budget optimization on. If you don't know what CBO is, which is campaign budget optimization, it's basically a method that distributes your budget. I'm not going to get too into it now, but I believe this will get you better results. So definitely click this, and we can go choose our daily budget. For this sample, I'm just going to pick $50, and then you can click set up ad account. And here's where you can put your time zone. It should already be populated based off your IP and everything. So just click continue. And now we're gonna get to this page where you can name your ad set. And we're actually gonna name it in a second, because right now we actually need to create our pixel. I actually just created one, but you guys are gonna wanna learn how to install your pixel. So I'm gonna show you. You wanna click that verify button, and then it's gonna say manually add pixel code to website. So I'm gonna click this here. And then we're just going to copy and paste this to our clipboard. And then we're going to go back to ClickFunnels, and we're going to want to click this settings button. And once we're on this settings button, there's going to be this head tracking code section, and we can just paste that in. And now all we need to do is scroll to the bottom, click the green save button, and now your pixel should be updated. So now that we've gotten that done, let's finish setting up our ad set. So we can choose an event right here. I highly recommend that you pick purchase, because that's what we're going after at the end of the day. And what we can do is we can scroll down, and here's where we can start picking the interest we're targeting at. So for the example today, we are going to be selling to drop shippers. So one way that we can target them is literally by just clicking in here, drop shipping. And you can see this an interest for 16 million people. So that's a really awesome audience. And we can just come over here and name the ad set to what interest we're targeting. And then after we've done that, we can set some age parameters. For example, I might only want to target people over 21 because maybe 18-year-olds don't have as much funds for this, but I highly recommend, if you have a good audience like this, just to leave it at 18 plus. And you could click this button if you want, but I highly recommend just unchecking it, especially if you have an audience size this large already. And now there's going to be this placement section, which basically is going to determine where your ads are going to be placed. So if you leave this automatic placement, it might be recommended by Facebook, but sometimes it's not the best for your campaign. So if we click in here through manual placements, we can actually determine where we want things to be shown. So let's say we only want things shown in Facebook newsfeed. We can click that there, and Instagram feed. And then we can just turn everything else off if we don't want it. I highly recommend to let Facebook choose where it should be placed, but you can also split test that by doing some only on Instagram feed and Facebook news feed. Now that you've gotten that knocked out though, we're pretty much done with this ad set. We can actually put when we want the ad to start. I'm just gonna let it run as soon as it gets approved, so you don't need to click anything. But if you want to, just click in here and put a specific time and date. And now that you're done with that, you can just click continue, and this is where we're actually going to start our ad. So what we can do in this instance is choose what type of media we want to use and the Facebook page that we're gonna use. So my sample page today is just healthy eating, and you can also link an Instagram account to that also. So this is gonna be the actual profile that the ad's coming from. So in this instance for my drop servicing business, I would have called it viral video ads, but this one's already here. But now that you've gotten the page that you're advertising from knocked out, let's head over to what type of media you want in it. So a carousel is going to be basically an ad that has a few different images into it. But if you want to run a single image or video ad, you can choose this. I highly recommend doing video ads on Facebook. And then all you need to do is come over here and add the image or video you're using. And then we can just come in here, and this is going to be some text that you're going to be using to describe what the product is. So just some copy. So maybe in here, what I would say is get the absolute best video ads for your drop shipping business. Get ready to blow your store up. Something like that, short, simple. And then on the headline, you can put something that catches their attention. So maybe you could mention a sale like 25% off video ads until the end of the week. Something like that here. And then you could put some description if you want. This part honestly isn't needed, but definitely make sure to spend a lot of time on the primary text and the headline here. And then if you scroll down, all you need to do is put the link that you want to send customers to. So in this scenario, we're actually going to link the landing page that we just built. So all you need to do is paste that in there. And then here's where you can put the call to action. So this is just what the button's going to say. And I recommend using learn more, get offer, or shop now. This doesn't really have too much an effect, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And here's where you can actually add languages to translate your ad. You can do that if you want, but I highly recommend you make sure to set location parameters on the ad set level. But now that we have that knocked out, all we need to do is confirm this, and what's gonna happen is our ad will get made. Since I didn't select anything, it's obviously gonna not let us run. And what you can do after you create this campaign, you can come back to the ad set level and you can actually just duplicate this 4 times. And then what you can do is you can come back to this interest section and you can go to suggestions, and it's going to populate all these other different interests that will be perfect to target. So for example, e-commerce, Shopify, digital marketing, Facebook payments, users, WooCommerce, and all of these we could use. So for example, if I had 5 ad sets, I would have 1 targeting drop shipping, 1 targeting e-commerce, 1 targeting Shopify, 1 targeting WooCommerce, and 1 targeting something else. So that will give you a total of 5 ad sets. and you can run at whatever budget you want. I highly recommend that your budget is highly determined on the price point of your service. So if you're advertising a $50 service, you wouldn't be spending as much budget as someone advertising a $150 service. So here's where you need to figure out some math on your own and figure out what your profit margin is so you can know how much you can spend on advertising. So for example, if the service that you're advertising costs $50 and you're selling it for $150, you actually have $100 to make a purchase. So in that instance, I would start my budget out at somewhere around $300 a day, because that gives me about 3 sales that I can get from that if I'm just breaking even. And this will give you data really quickly if you want to start out with budgets that high. If you don't have the budget for that, you can start out with something like $50 and see how data accrues over the next few days. So that was honestly a really fast overview on Facebook, and you should have kind of the basics ready to start your advertising on your service. And now that we have that knocked out, I'm going to show you guys one more method, which is using Instagram influencers. So I'm going to hop into my phone and show you guys how to do this. So in this section, I'm going to be going over how you can promote your service using Instagram. So the first thing you want to do is head on to your Instagram account, obviously. And once you're in here, I'm going to show you guys a few different methods to actually source your influencers. So the first thing you want to do is come over this search bar, and you can just type in a hashtag that relates to what you're doing. For my instance, it's pretty easy because I can just type in drop shipping, and we can actually find a bunch of pages that have this as their hashtag. So for example, we can look at some of these business pages that tag them, and all we need to do is click into the page, and then we can just contact them, send them a message, and ask them what their rates are for advertising. Usually these aren't too expensive, so this is a really awesome way to find some Instagram influencers. And after you found a couple in the niche that suits you, all you need to do is click this black drop down method, and then you can find all these other pages that would be perfect fits, like the business hacks, awesome fit, 883,000 followers. And these are honestly really good priced. Not that many people promote on them. So this is an awesome way to actually find people to advertise with. And I highly recommend doing this because these are highly targeted people. And this is a really easy way to get your foot in the door with Instagram influencers. And the nice part about this is that you don't need to wait for the ads to get approved, and your targeting can be super on point. And I highly recommend you use this method with something like the Facebook ads module that I just talked to you guys about. And I believe that if you combine and marry these two, then you'll have an awesome result super quickly with being able to leverage the Instagram influencers. And I know this section was really short, but there's not much that I need to talk about here because it's pretty straightforward. I showed you guys how to find the influencers, and now you just need to reach out, send them some type of message, and you can even send them something as simple as promotion rates. And you should get a reply, and if you can't, you can click that email button and it will just direct you to their email, and you can send them an email and try to get a hold of them that way. So now that you have Instagram influencers on lock, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually automate this business model. So let's hop into it. Alright, so I just showed you guys how to advertise your product, but now you guys are going to want to figure out how you can actually automate this business, because you should right now have a constant stream of customers coming in, and what you need to worry about is how you can give those customers the best experience. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to set some automation in place so your life will be a little bit easier when running this business. So the first thing you need to do is head over to your order form. And once you get to your order form, you want to go to this product section. And this is where you created your product to actually sell. So for example, this one would be the video ads. I didn't name it, and we're just going to want to click edit in here. And then what we can do is go to the shipping tab right here. And while we don't have any physical products, this will help us link it to a better customer relation manager, because ClickFunnels has a really poor back end, and we definitely don't want to use that to manage our customers. So I'm going to click this button, and it's going to populate a couple different shipping integrations. And what we want to do is hit this Shopify button. And all you need to do is give the integration a nickname. So you could say drop service store, and then you want to put your Shopify store URL. If you don't have one yet, you can create a 90-day free trial, and you actually don't even need to subscribe to a paid plan to have this work. So go start your free trial, and all you need to do is enter the store URL here, and click connect integration. And what's gonna happen is all of the orders that come into your funnel are gonna go directly to Shopify, and Shopify has a really nice back end, so you'll be able to manage all these customers, and you can actually put details if things have been refunded, put notes on orders. But this ClickFunnels dashboard is literally the worst thing you can do to manage a business. So I highly recommend you start with Shopify and you set it up on Shopify so these are linked, because that will give you a lot of adjustability, because you can even set up email service providers and you can download some apps that will help you streamline this process. One app that I highly recommend you download for this is looking up exported data on the Shopify store. And what you can do is you can download this app right here, and you can set up different presets which will export orders, transactions, refunds, whatever you want. So in our case, we would want to export orders, and you can set up automatic transfers in this. So you can just put your email in and it will export those orders to you every single morning. And one thing that I recommend you do, so you get the person who's making the Fiverr orders for you and put their email in on this as well. So then every single morning they can get the emails as well with how many orders are in the queue, and you can format this how you want. So for example, if you don't want the person who's fulfilling the orders for you to see the customer data, you can change out for the email not to be seen or any of that information. And this makes it so your life is really, really automated, and it should honestly give you a much more streamlined process. And that's why I recommend taking ClickFunnels and integrating it into Shopify, because you're able to use the entire Shopify app store, which is endless. You can do email marketing. You can pretty much do anything with this. So definitely don't stick to using ClickFunnels. You need to integrate these together. And once you do that, you're gonna have a lot more control over this business, and it should be a lot easier to run. I really hope this actually helped you with the core foundation and fundamentals with automating your drop servicing business. All right, there we have it, guys. That is the complete drop servicing tutorial. If you watched to the end, then I know you're a complete action taker, and I really hope this video was able to give you some insight on how to start your very own drop servicing business. I know there was a few things that I didn't cover today because this video would have literally taken my team months to edit if I made it much longer, but I really hope the information that I did share today gave you the core foundation to go start your drop servicing business. If you did enjoy this content, then please make sure to show love to the channel. If you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, it means the world to the channel and also helps promote this to the YouTube algorithm. And definitely make sure you turn those post notifications on, so next time we do release a video, you'll be the absolute first one to know. But that's all I have for you guys today, so take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.